The sharp scent of garlic fills my kitchen as I dice it methodically, each precise cut a meditation. Through the window, golden hour bathes our manicured backyard in amber light. Everything looks perfect from here, the way Tom likes it, the way I've learned to keep it. My phone buzzes. A text from Marissa. Still on for yoga tomorrow? I'm about to reply when I hear Tom's car in the driveway earlier than usual. My hands automatically move faster, determined to have his favorite pasta ready. 15 years of marriage have programmed these little dances into my muscles. Lisa? His voice carries from the foyer, tight with something I can't place. Where are you? Kitchen, I call back, sliding the garlic into sizzling oil. You're home early. He appears in the doorway, still in his suit, but loosened somehow. Tie askew, collar unbuttoned. The sight triggers a flutter of unease in my stomach that I immediately push down. Rough day? I ask, reaching for the wine opener. It's our routine. He vents, I pour, we reset. Something like that. He checks his phone, fingers tapping rapidly. Listen, I have to handle some things in my study. Call me when dinner's ready. Before I can respond, he's gone. The wooden floors creak above me as he climbs the stairs, each step somehow heavier than usual. I stand frozen, wooden spoon dripping sauce onto the counter. This isn't the first time lately. Last week it was a sudden client emergency during our anniversary dinner. Before that, a weekend conference that hadn't been on his calendar. Small things, really, except... I wipe my hands and pull open the junk drawer, fishing out the crumpled receipt I found in his pants pocket during laundry last Sunday. $347 at Tiffany's, dated 3 weeks ago. My birthday was months ago, and Christmas is far off. I've seen no jewelry. The sauce starts to bubble aggressively. I stir it mechanically, mind spinning through a mental catalog of other odd moments. The faint floral scent on his shirt sometimes. Nothing I own. The sudden password change on his phone. The late nights at the office that Julian never seems to know about when I run into him. My phone buzzes again. Marissa. Hello? Earth to Lisa? I start typing, sorry, cooking dinner, but stop. The words feel hollow, like everything else right now. Through the ceiling, I hear Tom's muffled voice. He's talking to someone. The garlic bread timer dings, making me jump. I pull it from the oven on autopilot, muscle memory taking over while my mind races. Everything looks perfect. The bread golden brown, the sauce rich and fragrant, the table set with our wedding china. Perfect. The way Tom likes it, the way I've maintained it. I set the bread down harder than necessary. Crumbs scatter across the pristine counter. Tom? I call up the stairs. Dinner's ready. 5 minutes, he shouts back. His voice sounds strange, strained. I stand at the bottom of the stairs looking up at his study door, the heavy oak panel that's always closed lately. The sauce bubbles behind me, but I barely hear it over the blood rushing in my ears. My phone buzzes a third time, not Marissa now, a number I don't recognize. The text preview makes my heart stop. He won't tell you about us, so I will. Check his study. I delete it immediately, hands shaking. Above me, Tom's voice continues its muffled conversation. I could go up there right now. The door isn't locked, I don't think. I could... Sorry for the wait, Tom says suddenly from the top of the stairs, making me stumble backward. Important client call. I paste on a smile, hating how easily it comes. No problem. Everything okay? Fine. He straightens his tie, not quite meeting my eyes. Just fine. We sit down to eat, the perfect couple at our perfect table. I watch him twirl pasta around his fork, commenting on the sauce, asking about my day. Everything normal, everything fine. Except for the password-protected phone face down by his plate. Except for the mystery text burning a hole in my deleted folder. Except for the study door upstairs, closed but maybe not locked, holding who knows what secrets behind its solid oak face. I take a sip of wine and make all the right responses, but my mind is already upstairs wondering what I'll find when I finally open that door. The bedroom clock reads 2:37 a.m. Tom's breathing beside me is too even, too measured. He's awake too, pretending just like I am. The space between us in our king-sized bed might as well be an ocean. I wait another 23 minutes. When his breathing finally shifts into genuine sleep, I ease out of bed. The hardwood floor is cold under my bare feet as I creep down the hallway. The study door looms before me. My hand trembles as I reach for the handle, expecting resistance. It turns. Of course it does. Tom thinks I'm asleep. Think I'm still the trusting wife who never questions. Moonlight streams through the window, casting strange shadows across his desk. I ease into his chair, the leather still holding warmth from his body. His laptop sits closed, mocking me. I know it's password protected. I've watched him shield the keyboard enough times lately. But there, in the bottom drawer, is the old external hard drive he uses for backups. The one he forgot I know about. The one that doesn't ask for passwords. My fingers feel numb as I connect it to my phone. Files populate the screen. Endless folders of business documents. Boring, normal, until... Found something interesting? I nearly drop my phone. Tom stands in the doorway, silhouetted against the hall light. My heart hammers so hard I'm sure he can hear it. The words die in my throat as he steps into the room. Go ahead, he says, voice eerily calm. Open the folder marked ML Properties. My fingers move without my permission. The folder opens to reveal hundreds of photos. My stomach lurches as I scroll. Tom with a woman I don't know, dining at expensive restaurants, walking on beaches, kissing in what looks like a hotel room. Her name is Maureen, he says, still in that terrible, calm voice. And yes, before you ask, those are recent. The most recent was taken yesterday. Yesterday, I repeat numbly. When you said you were having dinner with Julian. Julian knows. He's been covering for me. Tom sits on the edge of his desk, looking down at me. They all know Lisa. Have for months. The room spins slightly. I grip the desk edge, anchoring myself in reality. How long? Does it matter? How long? He sighs. 2 years, give or take. 2 years. 2 years of lies, of perfect dinners and morning kisses and weekend brunches with friends who knew, who smiled and hugged me and knew. There's more, he says quietly. I laugh, the sound harsh in the midnight quiet. More than a 2-year affair? More than our friends lying to my face? What could possibly... He reaches past me, takes control of my phone. A few taps bring up another photo. A little girl, maybe 3 years old, with Tom's eyes and smile. Her name is Emma, he says. She's mine, ours, Maureen and mine. The room goes very still, very quiet. I can hear blood rushing in my ears, feel my pulse in my fingertips where they press against the cool desk surface. You have a daughter, I whisper. Yes. With her. Yes. While we were trying for our own baby. My voice rises slightly. While I was taking fertility drugs and going to specialists and crying myself to sleep because I couldn't give you a child. He has the grace to look away. Lisa, don't. I stand so quickly the chair slams back into the wall. Don't you dare try to explain this. You were never supposed to find out, he says, as if that makes it better. As if that's not the worst part of all. I move past him toward the door, but he catches my arm. Where are you going? Let go of me. My voice sounds strange in my ears, cold and sharp as ice. We need to talk about this, about how we handle it. I wrench my arm free. Handle it? Like you've been handling it for 2 years? Like our friends have been handling it? Lisa, please. I'm going to Marissa's, I say, already moving down the hallway. Then I stop, turn back. No, not Marissa's. She knew too, didn't she? They all knew. His silence is answer enough. I grab my keys, my phone still clutched in my other hand. The evidence is there now, safely backed up to my cloud storage. Every photo, every email, every lie documented in perfect digital clarity. What are you going to do? He calls after me. I pause at the front door, hand on the knob. I don't know yet, I tell him honestly. But I promise you this, you're going to wish I'd never found out. The door closes behind me with a soft click that feels like the end of everything, and the beginning of something else entirely. The morning sun feels wrong on my face as I sit in Taya's kitchen, watching her make coffee. My little sister, the only person I could think to call. The only one I'm sure wasn't part of Tom's conspiracy of silence. You need to eat something, she says, sliding a plate of toast toward me. I shake my head. I need to figure out what to do next. My voice sounds hollow, even to me. I've been up all night, scrolling through the evidence I copied. Each photo feels like a fresh slap. First, you need a lawyer. Taya sits across from me, her expression fierce. Then you need to take him for everything he's worth. I stare into my untouched coffee. It's not that simple. Like hell it isn't. She reaches for my hand. Lisa, he had a whole second family, while you were... She stops, probably remembering all those nights she held me while I cried about failed fertility treatments. My phone buzzes. Another message from Tom. Please come home. We can work this out. I turn the phone face down. I need to talk to Marissa first. Why? She knew and didn't tell you. Exactly. I stand up, sudden energy coursing through me. I need to know why. I need to understand how everyone could just watch me live a lie. Taya's face softens. Want me to come with you? I shake my head. This is something I need to do alone. The drive to Marissa's house feels surreal. How many times have I made this trip, thinking I was going to see my best friend? The woman who held my hand through every disappointment, who knew exactly why those disappointments cut so deep. She opens the door before I can knock. Lisa, thank God, I've been trying to call. Don't. I push past her into the house. Just don't pretend you care now. Of course I care. She follows me into her living room. That's why I never told you. It would have destroyed you. I whirl to face her. As opposed to what? Finding out like this? Finding out everyone knew except me? I wanted to tell you so many times. Her voice cracks. But Tom said... Tom said what? The words come out like ice. What could he possibly have said to justify helping him hide a child from me? While I was taking hormones and scheduling procedures and thinking something was wrong with me? Marissa sinks onto her couch. He said he was protecting you. That telling you would only cause pain when you were already dealing with so much. And you believed him? No. She meets my eyes. I believed he would leave you if I told. And then you'd have nothing. The laugh that escapes me sounds almost hysterical. Nothing? I already had nothing. Just a beautiful lie that everyone helped maintain. Lisa, did you meet her? The question comes out before I can stop it. His daughter? Marissa's silence is answer enough. Of course you did. I moved toward the door, needing air. Everyone did. Probably at parties I wasn't invited to, right? Special gatherings for Tom's real family? It wasn't like that. She stands, reaching for me. Julian arranged everything. He kept the two worlds separate. I freeze. Julian? Tom's business partner, Julian? Something flickers across Marissa's face. I shouldn't have said that. No. I turn back slowly. Tell me more about Julian's role in all this. She shakes her head. Lisa, don't. Just focus on your divorce. Take what you can and start over. But something clicks in my mind. The business trips, the client meetings. Julian wasn't just covering. He was organizing it all, wasn't he? Using the company to hide everything? Lisa, please. The company I helped them start. My voice rises. With my inheritance money, the company that's half mine on paper. Marissa's face goes pale. You can't prove any of that. But I'm already pulling out my phone, scrolling through the copied files with new understanding. Business expenses, travel records, money movements that suddenly make much more sense. Actually, I say quietly, I think I can. What are you going to do? I look at the woman I thought was my best friend, seeing her clearly for the first time. I'm going to talk to Julian, and then I'm going to burn everything to the ground. I leave her standing there calling my name. In my car, I pull up Julian's contact information. My hands shake slightly as I type, "We need to talk. About Maureen, Emma, and the company finances. Your office, 1 hour." His response comes almost immediately. "Lisa, whatever you're thinking, don't." I start the car, a strange calm settling over me. They all thought they were protecting me, keeping me safely in the dark. Time to show them exactly what I can do in the light. Julian's office still smells like the leather furniture I helped him pick out 5 years ago. He stands as I enter, his face a mask of practiced concern. Lisa, I know you're upset. Sit down. My voice doesn't waver. Show me the real books. He blinks. I don't. The separate accounts, the ones you've been using to fund Tom's other life. I place my phone on his desk, screen up. I have the transfer records from the external drive. I just need you to explain them to me. His shoulders sag as he sinks back into his chair. It's more complicated than you think. Then uncomplicate it. I sit across from him, forcing myself to meet his gaze. Start with how much of my money you used. He opens his laptop, types briefly. Nothing from your initial investment. We're not stupid. No, I say softly, just cruel. His fingers pause on the keyboard. Lisa, I never wanted... The numbers, Julian. Now. He turns the screen toward me. Spreadsheets fill the display. Dates, amounts, account numbers. My eyes catch on a recurring transfer. $5,000 monthly to something called ML Care. Maureen Little, Julian explains, watching me, for Emma's expenses. $60,000 a year. I do the math automatically. From company profits, profits I'm entitled to half of. Technically, yes. He leans back. But if you pursue this, it gets ugly for everyone. The company's reputation. My reputation was destroyed the moment my husband fathered a child with another woman. I scroll through the records, memorizing details, while using my company to fund it. Your company? Something shifts in his tone. The company you haven't set foot in for 3 years? That Tom and I built while you played housewife? The words hit like a physical blow. I was trying to have a baby. And how did that work out? I stand so quickly my chair topples backward. Julian raises his hands, face softening. I'm sorry. That was cruel. But Lisa, you need to understand. This isn't just about Tom's affair. There are other things. Things you don't want to know. Try me. He shakes his head. Go home. Let the lawyers handle the divorce. Take your settlement and start fresh. Like Isabel did? His face goes still. What? I called her this morning. I retrieve my phone, pull up the recording app. My old college roommate, Tom's ex-girlfriend, the one who mysteriously sold her shares in the company right before her own divorce. Lisa. I press play. Isabel's voice fills the office. They threatened to expose my brother's addiction issues if I fought for my share. Said they'd make sure he lost his medical license. I had to sign everything over. Julian's face has gone gray. Turn that off. I do, but keep my finger hovering over the screen. How many others? How many people have you and Tom strong-armed out of what's rightfully theirs? He stands, moves to his window. What do you want? Everything. My voice is steel. My full share of the company. Compensation for all the hidden transfers. Public acknowledgement of what you did. Or I take this recording, those financial records, and evidence of every illegal thing you've done to the SEC. I move toward the door. You have 24 hours to decide. He'll fight you. Julian turns back to me. Tom, he'll make this ugly. It's already ugly. I pause in the doorway. The difference is, now I'm done playing nice. My phone buzzes as I reach my car. A text from an unknown number. I hear you're asking questions. Coffee? Maureen. My hands shake as I type back. Where? The response comes immediately. The Grove Cafe, 30 minutes. I start the car, heart pounding. I should say no. Should let the lawyers handle everything. Should. Another text appears, this one with a photo. The little girl from Tom's photos, Emma, smiling at the camera, ice cream on her nose. She has Tom's eyes, the eyes I once dreamed our child would have. She should know her whole family, Maureen writes, even the complicated parts. I put the car in drive, pointing it toward the Grove. Tom, Julian, Marissa, they all thought they were protecting me by keeping me in the dark. Time to show them what I can do with a little light. And maybe, just maybe, time to meet the little girl who should have been mine. The Grove Cafe bustles with lunch crowd energy, but I spot Maureen immediately. She's exactly as beautiful as in the photos, wearing a crisp white blouse that probably costs more than my entire outfit. And next to her, my breath catches. Emma sits in a booster seat, coloring with intense focus. Dark curls fall across her forehead just like Tom's do when he's concentrating. Used to. Like they used to. Lisa! Maureen stands, extending her hand like this is a business meeting. Thank you for coming. I ignore her hand, sliding into the seat across from them. Emma looks up, studies me with Tom's eyes. Hi, she says brightly. I'm Emma. I'm 3.5. Hi, Emma. My voice cracks slightly. I'm Lisa. She knows who you are, Maureen says quietly. We don't lie to her. The irony makes me laugh. No? Just to me? Maureen signals a server, orders coffee for us both. Emma returns to her coloring, humming softly. I know you hate me, Maureen says once the server leaves. You have every right to. Hate you? I lean forward, keeping my voice low. I don't even know you, that's the point. You've known about me for years, watched me try to have a baby, watched me fall apart. But I'm just learning about you, about her. Emma looks up at the tension in my voice. Maureen smooths her hair. Baby, why don't you go show Miss Katie your drawing? Once Emma skips off to the counter, Maureen's composed facade cracks slightly. I never meant for any of this. But you let it happen. For years. What would you have done? Her eyes flash. I was pregnant, alone. He promised to take care of us, to be there for Emma. Said he'd leave you eventually. The coffee arrives. I wrap my hands around the warm mug, needing an anchor. And you believed him? I wanted to. She stirs her coffee endlessly. Until I saw you at that charity gala last year. You were so real. Not just some abstract obstacle anymore. A person, hurting. I remember that gala. Remember crying in the bathroom after someone asked when Tom and I would have kids. Why now? I ask. Why agree to meet me? Because... She stops as Emma returns, proudly displaying her drawing. It shows 3 figures, a tall man, a woman in a dress, and a small girl between them. It's my family, Emma announces. Daddy says we can go to the zoo next weekend. The crayon snaps in my hand. Red wax crumbles onto the table like drops of blood. Emma, sweetie, Maureen says quickly. Why don't you get another crayon from Miss Katie? Once Emma's gone again, Maureen leans forward. That's why. She deserves better than secrets and lies, than rushed weekends and hidden photos, than a father who... She stops, glancing around. Who what? She pulls out her phone, slides it across the table. Text messages fill the screen. My stomach lurches as I read. He's doing it again, Maureen whispers. There's another woman. Has been for months. The messages blur as tears fill my eyes. Not from sadness this time, from rage. That's why I contacted you, she continues, not just for Emma, not just for you, but because he needs to face consequences, finally. I look at Emma, chatting animatedly with the barista, at Maureen, whose perfect facade has crumbled to reveal something raw and familiar. I have a plan, I say slowly. But it would change everything, for everyone. Good, Maureen's voice hardens. Everything needs to change. My phone buzzes. Julian. Whatever you're thinking, remember there are innocent people involved. I look at Emma again, at her drawing of the perfect family that never existed. I need your help, I tell Maureen. Your testimony, your records, everything. You'll have it. She reaches across the table, grips my hand. Make him pay. Not just for us, for the next woman he tries to destroy. Emma returns, crawling into her mother's lap. Can we get ice cream? Not today, baby. Maureen kisses her head. But maybe soon Lisa can take you for ice cream. Would you like that? Emma beams at me. Tom's smile on her innocent face. I stand abruptly. I have to go. I'll be in touch about everything. Outside, I lean against my car, gulping air. My phone buzzes again. Tom, where are you? We need to talk. I start the car, hands steady now. They're right. Everything needs to change. starting with me. Time to show Tom exactly what happens when you underestimate the woman you thought you could replace. The bottle of wine between Marissa and me is almost empty. After everything, I still ended up here, on her couch at midnight, like countless nights before, except nothing is the same. I can't believe you met her, Marissa says, refilling our glasses. What's she like? Beautiful, poised, everything I'm not. I stare into my wine. No wonder he... Don't. She grabs my hand. Don't you dare finish that sentence. Why not? It's true. I was so focused on trying to have his baby that I forgot to be... I gesture vaguely at myself. Whatever he wanted instead. Lisa, Marissa's voice sharpens. He didn't cheat because of you. He cheated because he's a lying bastard who... A knock at the door cuts her off. We freeze, exchanging glances. Expecting someone? I whisper. She shakes her head, moving to the door. Through the peephole, she gasps softly. It's Julian. My pulse quickens. Don't... But she's already opening the door. Julian steps in, looking exhausted. I knew I'd find you here. Following me now? I stand, proud that I only sway slightly. That's not creepy at all. Tom knows you met Maureen. He runs a hand through his hair. He's not handling it well. Good. The wine makes me bold. How's he handling the SEC investigation I launched this afternoon? Julian's face goes slack. You what? Anonymous tip. I smile tightly. About certain financial irregularities. They're very interested in those hidden accounts you showed me. Jesus Christ, Lisa. He sinks onto the couch. Do you have any idea what you've done? Exactly what you all forced me to do. I turn to Marissa. Pour him a drink. He's going to need it. Lisa, please. Julian accepts the wine. This isn't just about Tom anymore. This could destroy everything, everyone. Should have thought of that before you helped him build a second life with my money. Your money? He laughs harshly. You really don't get it, do you? Tom was embezzling long before Maureen, before Emma. The company's finances are... He trails off, drinking deeply. The room spins slightly. What are you saying? I'm saying there's worse than affairs and secret children. Julian leans forward. Much worse. And if the SEC starts digging... My phone buzzes. Tom's name appears, but the text is from an unknown number. I have proof of everything. Meet me tomorrow? B. Who's B? Marissa asks, reading over my shoulder. Brian. Julian's voice is quiet. The private investigator Tom hired to watch you last year, when he thought you were getting suspicious. The wine turns to acid in my stomach. He had me followed? Brian found nothing. Julian stands. But he kept watching, kept collecting evidence. On Tom. Another text appears. Parking garage. Noon tomorrow. Come alone. B. Don't. Julian reaches for my phone. Whatever he's offering, it's not worth it. I pull away. Like you get a vote in what I do anymore. Lisa. Marissa touches my arm. Maybe he's right. Maybe this is getting too dangerous. I look between them, my former best friend and my husband's corrupted business partner, both trying to protect me in their own twisted ways. You know what's dangerous? My voice trembles. Watching someone you love destroy themselves, trying to be perfect. Believing something's wrong with you because you can't give them what they want. That's dangerous. So, what's your plan? Julian demands. Meet some random PI in a parking garage? Risk everything for revenge? Not revenge. I type back to Brian. I'll be there. Justice? Julian scoffs. There's no justice here, only casualties. Then I guess I'll be one more. I grab my purse. But I'm done being the only casualty who didn't choose it. Where are you going? Marissa calls as I reach the door. To get some sleep. I pause, hand on the doorknob. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Lisa. Julian's voice stops me. There are things you don't know. Things that could hurt you worse than anything Tom's done. I turn back, meet his eyes. That's where you're wrong. Nothing could hurt worse than living in the dark, than being the only one who didn't know. Outside, the night air clears my head slightly. My phone buzzes one final time. Maureen. Whatever you're planning, count me in. We both deserve the truth. I start my car, pointing it toward home. Tomorrow I'll meet Brian. I'll learn whatever ugly truths Julian fears. And then I'll bring everything into the light, no matter who burns. The parking garage is eerily quiet at noon. My footsteps echo between concrete pillars as I follow Brian's texted directions to the 3rd level. Each step feels heavy with purpose, with the weight of what's coming. He's waiting by a black SUV, looking exactly like what he is. An ex-cop turned PI, weathered face, and watchful eyes. A manila envelope rests on the hood between us. Mrs. Henderson, he nods. Glad you came. Just Lisa now. I eye the envelope. Is that everything? Everything I collected on Tom over the past year. He taps it. But there's something you should know first. That he hired you to watch me? That he fired me when I found something else instead. Brian opens the envelope, spreads photos across the hood. Something bigger than affairs or hidden accounts. My breath catches. The photos show Tom with men I don't recognize, exchanging briefcases in dark parking lots like this one, meeting in expensive restaurants, passing documents under tables. Corporate espionage, Brian explains. Your husband's been selling company secrets to competitors, but that's not the worst part. He pulls out more photos. Tom and Julian arguing violently in Tom's study. Julian looking terrified, Tom's hand fisted in his collar. Julian's not a willing participant anymore, Brian says quietly. Tom's been blackmailing him for months, threatening his family. My hands shake as I gather the photos. Why are you showing me this? Because in an hour, Tom's hosting that charity luncheon at the Riverside Hotel. All your social circle will be there. Perfect time to expose everything, right? I nod slowly. That was the plan. It's also exactly what Tom expects. Brian leans against his car. He's ready for it. Has a whole speech prepared about your mental state, your jealousy, your inability to accept that you couldn't give him children. Bile rises in my throat. Of course he does. Of course he's turned even this into a weapon against me. So, what's your suggestion? He hands me a USB drive. This contains everything. The affairs, the financial fraud, the corporate espionage, enough to destroy him completely. And nothing. He straightens. What you do with it is up to you. But remember, sometimes the best revenge isn't the most obvious one. My phone buzzes. Maureen. In position at the luncheon. Ready when you are. Then Julian. Please don't do this. Not like this. And finally Tom. I know what you're planning. Don't embarrass yourself. I look at the photos again. At Tom's face in each one. Not the loving husband I thought I knew, but a stranger. A dangerous one. Thank you, I tell Brian, gathering everything into my purse, for showing me the truth. What are you going to do? I check my watch. 45 minutes until the luncheon. Something unexpected. The Riverside Hotel lobby gleams with old money elegance. I stride through it, head high, heels clicking on marble. The ballroom doors are open, showing round tables and milling guests. Tom stands at the podium, doing his final sound check. He freezes when he sees me, but recovers quickly. Lisa! His public smile appears. I didn't think you'd come. Of course I came. I match his smile. I wouldn't miss this for anything. His eyes narrow slightly. Whatever you're planning. Tom, I touch his arm, feel him tense. I'm not planning anything. I just came to say goodbye. What? I press the USB drive into his hand. Everything Brian collected is on here. Everything you've done. To me, to Julian, to the company. Lisa, I'm not going to expose you. I step back. I'm not going to destroy you. You know why? He stares at the drive. Why? Because that's what you do. And I'm not you. I turn to leave, but his hand catches my wrist. Wait, what are you going to do? I already did it. I smile, genuinely this time. Check your email. The SEC received an anonymous tip about corporate espionage an hour ago. They're probably at your office right now. His face drains of color. Goodbye, Tom. I pull free. Give Emma a kiss for me. I walk out of the ballroom, out of the hotel, into the bright afternoon sun. Behind me, I hear the first murmurs as federal agents enter through the side door. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about public humiliation or dramatic confrontations. Sometimes it's about walking away on your own terms, head high, leaving chaos in your wake. My phone buzzes one last time. Taya, you okay? For the first time in days, my hands don't shake as I type back. I will be. The morning news plays quietly as I pack the last box from Tom's study. Corporate espionage scandal, arrests made, stock prices plummeting. My name isn't mentioned, but I feel the weight of each headline. A knock at the door makes me pause. Not Taya, she has a key. Not Marissa, she stopped trying. When I open it, Maureen stands there, holding Emma's hand. Hi, Lisa, Emma says brightly. Mommy says you're moving. I lean against the doorframe, looking at Maureen. What are you doing here? She wanted to say goodbye. Maureen's eyes are red-rimmed. And I needed to tell you something about the other woman Julian mentioned. I don't want to know. I start to close the door. You do. She stops it with her hand. Because it wasn't just another affair. It was his lawyer, the one handling the divorce. My chest tightens. What? He was planning to take everything. She guides Emma toward the garden. Go look at the flowers, baby. Once Emma's out of earshot, Maureen continues. The lawyer found loopholes, ways to void your claim to the company, to paint you as unstable. I sink onto the porch steps. Why are you telling me this? Because you saved us all. She sits beside me. Not just me and Emma, Julian's family, the other employees, everyone he would have destroyed eventually. I didn't do it for you. I know. She watches Emma examine a rose bush. You did it for you, finally. My phone buzzes, a text from Julian. SEC found everything. Tom's facing serious charges. Thank you. He'll never forgive me, I say quietly. Good. Maureen stands. Some forgiveness isn't worth having. Emma runs back, clutching a rose. For you, because you're sad. I take it, careful of the thorns. What makes you think I'm sad? Mommy says sometimes people are sad and happy at the same time. She beams, like when you do the right thing but it hurts. My throat tightens. From the garden, a car horn honks. That's our ride. Maureen takes Emma's hand. Time to go, baby. Wait, I duck inside, grab something from the last box. Emma, would you like this? It's a small silver frame, one I'd kept on my bedside table. Inside, a photo of Tom and me on our wedding day. Maureen inhales sharply, but I keep my eyes on Emma. For your memory box, so you know where you came from, all of it. Emma takes it carefully. Thank you. After they leave, I finish packing the study, each box labeled, each memory categorized. 15 years of life, ready for storage or salvation. The doorbell rings again. This time, it's Brian. Thought you might want to see this. He hands me a folder. Tom's official confession. Turns out he had more secrets than even I knew. I don't open it. Keep it. I'm done looking backward. He studies me. You're stronger than he thought. I'm stronger than I thought. My phone lights up. A message from Taya. Moving trucks here. Ready? Before I can reply, another text appears. Tom, from whatever cell he's sitting in. I never meant to hurt you. I think of Emma's words about being sad and happy at once. About doing the right thing even when it hurts. I delete his message without responding. The moving truck pulls up outside. Through the window, I see Taya directing the movers, fierce and protective as always. Behind her, the sold sign swings gently in our perfect garden. I pick up the last box, lighter now without the wedding photo. My fingers brush the rose Emma gave me, already wilting but still beautiful, still carrying its thorns. One final text comes through. Marissa, I know you'll never forgive me, but I'm proud of you. I look around the empty study, at the marks on the carpet where Tom's desk sat, at the wall where I first saw those damning photos, at the door I finally had the courage to open. You're wrong, I text back. I do forgive you, I just don't need you anymore. Outside, Taya waves impatiently. The movers wait by their truck. A new life waits in a new city, one where no one knows my name or my story. I leave the rose on the windowsill. Let the next owners wonder about its meaning. Let them create their own story in these rooms. My story is elsewhere now. And for the first time in 15 years, I'm writing it myself.